NBA Conference Finals are finally set in stone after last night the Cleveland Cavaliers just absolutely mopping the floor with the Detroit Pistons, and it was not pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna do a recap last night, but I fell asleep in the third quarter. That's how bad it was. I fell asleep in the third quarter. Complete snooze fest. Complete blunder by the Detroit Pistons, and now they're going into the off season, and we just got to see what they got to bring something in. They should have brought something in during this trade deadline, I personally think, but now they definitely have to be like, okay, we gotta get Cade some creation help. We got to get him something because I mean, Cade is just so taxed on that offensive end in Detroit. I mean, it's just gonna be hard to win multiple 7-game series with Cade, handling the load of the offense that he does. Anyways, on to the winners. The Cleveland Cavaliers will be going up against the New York Knicks, and the San Antonio Spurs will be going up against the OKC Thunder, as we knew for a while now. I'm gonna start with the Knicks and Cavs series. I think it's gonna be real interesting how the bigs of Cleveland, Mobley and Allen, defend Cat when he's out on the perimeter the way that New York has had him recently. I just made a video about that and how I'm loving the new New York Knicks offense. If you want to check that out after this one, it's going to be in the link in the description. But it's going to be real interesting to see how they defend it. Do they put Jared Allen on Cat and let E-Mob maybe be on Josh Hart and kind of roam? And that kind of eliminates it kind of really eliminates, a lot of the actions that the New York Knicks do when Cat is out on the perimeter with the ball, because they like to do a lot of cuts towards the rim. If E-Mob is right there roaming, then hey, I mean, it's gonna make it even tougher than the Hawks series or the Philly series when Cat is pulling their only big out of the paint. So the paint is pretty much wide open. Now for the Cavs, are they gonna be able to score? Are they going to be able to score enough? That's really what it's going to come down to, because I don't think that they're going to be able to defend well enough, because obviously they do not have, a really good point of attack defender for Brunson. So that's already going to be a challenge, and especially if you can't figure out what to do with Cat on the perimeter, then you're really going to have some problems. But even with that out the window, are you going to be able to score enough? Game 7, D Mitch was D Mitch, and that's what we've come to expect. Game 6 was really tough for him, but Game 7 was more like what we expect, and even a little bit more. He was playmaking a little bit more. That's kind of been his Achilles heel, if you will, during his career. Low assist numbers and kind of an even assist to turnover ratio, and that kind of play style has kind of been criticized. Like, hey, he cannot be your number one guy, but if he's gonna go out and he's gonna play make the way that he did in Game 7. Then this Cleveland offense is going to look better and better, and it's definitely going to get the bigs even more involved, because we know James Harden is going to try to get them involved. But if D Mitch can also get the bigs involved and kind of get Cat in foul trouble, who has had foul trouble during his entire career, has always been in foul trouble. Pretty much as soon as he steps on the court, he's in foul trouble. You can get him in foul trouble, and I mean Mitch Robinson. If you can get him in the game early, you can kind of hack a Mitch or whatever you want to do, but get Cat in foul trouble, get these bigs going. I think that's going to be the main key piece for Cleveland to be able to come out on top in this series. And of course, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, kind of do what you do. Expect a little bit more from James in this series, probably more on the playmaking end, but D Mitch definitely is going to have to score. And of course, like I said, if he can be 10% better as a playmaker as he's been in his career in just this series, they have a really, really good chance of getting to the NBA Finals. But if I had to make a prediction, I would probably go Knicks in 6, just simply because they do not look beatable. They just don't. Obviously, they have not lost. I think it's 7 straight games for them. They look really good on both ends of the floor. Cleveland has kind of been up and down the entire playoffs, only winning 2 road games. Granted, really, really good road wins, but only winning 2 road games in this entire series. And if it's going to be another series where, the home team is the one who wins, I'm a bet on New York to win a road game before Cleveland does. So that's kind of my thought process for that. But now, moving on to the San Antonio Spurs, this is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Cinema. Absolute basketball cinema incoming to your TV screens, folks. I think they play tonight at about 8 o'clock. I will be locked in, glued in, tuned in. Man, I'm excited for this series, bro. As we seen in the regular season, they played, I think, about 5 or 6 times. San Antonio won just about every single matchup, I think, aside from one. It's gonna be really, really interesting to see how OKC gets around Wemby. Obviously, this team is a grinded in the paint type of team. Obviously, we know their best player, the back-to-back MVP now, Shea. He likes to get to his mid-range. He likes to get to the rim, get to the free throw line. That's kind of been like Wemby has been their Achilles heel almost, because he kind of like shuts that entire area of the paint or the defense down. So it makes it really tough for Shea to get to these spots, because even if he can get to his mid range, Wemby is 7'12" and he can come out of the paint and contest the mid range. I mean, it makes it really tough on OKC. Hopefully they can get J-Dub back for this series. We're gonna need some really big games from Chet. It kind of seems like he struggles a little bit whenever he plays Wemby, but he's been playing really good during this playoffs, and we're gonna need him to continue to do that, especially if OKC wants to get on to the NBA Finals. Obviously, like I said, if J-Dub can come back, that would be a huge help. We're gonna need some big games from Hartenstein. We're gonna need Lou Dort to be locked in defensively. They're almost gonna have to kind of play perfect basketball, because on the other side you're going up against a 7'10" alien who's probably gonna win 8 Defensive Player of the Years in a row, hoping he doesn't get injured. It's gonna be really tough for OKC to combat this, and especially Wemby on the back end. You got the tough three-headed guard lineup of De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. On the defensive end, they lock in. On offense, they're go. Steph Castle and Dylan Harper, they're getting to the rim, and you just got to find a way to stop him. And De'Aaron Fox, he's methodical. He's going to get to his midi. He's going to get to his spots, and he's going to knock him down. So defensively, OKC is going to have to figure out a way to stop these 3 guards and to get out on shooters like Champagnie, and of course find a way to stop Wemby. I think the toughest thing is going to be to stop the 3 guards. If you stop the 3 guards and just kind of let Wemby, try to let Wemby carry a little bit, I think we can maybe find something that can be a little tough for the San Antonio Spurs offense. But at the end of the day, who really knows? Because I mean, it's still Victor Wembanyama. This Spurs team is still really good. They kind of have this mental upper hand on you from the regular season matchups. And I know OKC is gonna come out with a chip on their shoulder, like, hey, the regular season and the playoffs is different. We ain't even lost in the playoffs, and y'all talking about San Antonio Spurs. We done won a championship, and these guys, this their first run. So I know OKC is excited. They're ready. They're gonna come out blazing, and I just know this is gonna be a really good series. I don't know if I can give a prediction. I think this is gonna go 7 regardless, and I think if it does go 7, it's probably gonna end up in OKC's favor. So for right now, we'll say OKC in 7. So if we're going off of both of my predictions, we'll have the Oklahoma City Thunder going up against the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. I'm excited for that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but just want to get this little conference finals preview out early in the morning right now, right before I go to work. Get this in for y'all boys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Got plenty of content on the way. Like I said in every single one of my last videos, I appreciate the support from y'all. Anybody who's ever tuned in, left a comment, left a like, anything. I appreciate all y'all. That's on the shorts, that's on the long form, everything. I appreciate y'all. Got plenty of more content coming in. Just make sure you hit that sub button, man, so you don't miss it.